There is a toxin building up in your brain right now, a protein called beta-amyloid, the same protein found in enormous quantities in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. And the only mechanism your brain has to flush it out happens while you are asleep. If you slept less than 7 hours last night, which 35% of American adults do on a regular basis, your brain did not finish cleaning itself. That toxin is still there, accumulating. And if this happens night after night, year after year, the science is becoming increasingly clear about where that leads. Sleep deprivation is not laziness. It is not a personality trait. It is a medical condition with documented, measurable damage to your brain, heart, immune system, and lifespan. And most Americans are doing it every single night. Here is what actually happens, step by step, when you chronically do not sleep enough. What sleep actually is and why your brain needs it. Desperately, most Americans think of sleep as rest. A pause. The body powering down. It is the opposite. Sleep is the most metabolically active and important period in your body's 24-hour cycle. While you are asleep, your brain activates a waste clearance system called the glymphatic system, only discovered in 2013. Cerebrospinal fluid floods through channels in the brain, washing out the toxic byproducts of a day of thinking, including beta-amyloid and tau protein, the two primary markers of Alzheimer's disease. This cleaning happens almost exclusively during deep sleep, specifically during the slow-wave stages that dominate the first half of the night. If you cut your sleep from 8 hours to 6, you are not just losing 2 hours. You are losing the majority of your deep cleaning cycle. A study published in Science found that the brain's glymphatic cleaning system operates 60% more effectively during sleep than during waking hours. Disrupting sleep consistently accelerates the buildup of Alzheimer's-linked proteins. So, what chronic sleep loss does to your body. After one night of fewer than 6 hours of sleep, your natural killer cells, which hunt cancer cells in your body, drop in activity by 70%. One night. After 2 weeks of sleeping 6 hours per night, a pattern millions of Americans consider normal, cognitive tests show impairment equivalent to being legally drunk. The subjects in these studies did not notice. They adapted to feeling impaired and thought they were fine. After 1 week of short sleep, genes controlling inflammation, immune response, stress, and cardiovascular disease all show measurable negative changes in activity. Your DNA is literally expressing itself differently because you did not sleep. Men who sleep 5 to 6 hours per night have significantly smaller testicles and testosterone levels equivalent to someone 10 years older. Sleep is not just about your brain. It controls your hormones, your metabolism, your heart, your immune system, and your cancer risk simultaneously. The cardiovascular system is particularly vulnerable. Countries that shift to daylight saving time, losing 1 hour of sleep in spring, show a 24% spike in heart attacks the following day. When they gain an hour in autumn, heart attacks drop by 21%. 1 hour of sleep, the difference between a heart attack and not having one. The American sleep crisis. Why we are all so tired. The United States has one of the worst sleep profiles of any developed nation. The CDC classifies insufficient sleep as a public health epidemic. 1 in 3 American adults does not get the recommended 7 to 9 hours. That number is higher for Black Americans, shift workers, parents of young children, and anyone working multiple jobs, which describes a growing portion of the American workforce. We have built a culture that treats sleep deprivation as productivity. "I will sleep when I am dead," said as a joke, is becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. The less you sleep, the shorter your life expectancy. The data on this is not debated. Every hour below 7 hours per night is associated with measurably higher all-cause mortality. And the sleep industry, mattresses, supplements, wearables, sleep apps, is now a $100 billion market. Americans know they are not sleeping well. They are spending enormous money trying to fix it, but most of the fixes address symptoms. Almost nobody is addressing why Americans cannot sleep. The screens, the work culture, the anxiety, the processed food that disrupts circadian rhythms. The science on sleep is among the most consistently alarming bodies of research in all of medicine. There is almost no chronic disease, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, depression, obesity, that is not significantly worsened by chronic sleep deprivation. And yet, it is the one health behavior that modern American life is specifically structured to undermine. You can take supplements, You can optimize your diet. You can exercise every day. But if you are sleeping 6 hours a night and calling it fine, you are building on a broken foundation. Every system in your body is trying to maintain itself with one hand tied behind its back. Here is the question nobody wants to answer honestly. If you genuinely cannot get 7 hours of sleep, is it because your life does not allow it? Because if that is true, the problem is not your sleep. The problem is what your life has become. And that is the harder conversation. Subscribe and tell me in the comments, how many hours do you actually sleep, and do you feel it?